Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and I have some super cute cards to share with you today featuring the October Peaceful Christmas Paper Pumpkin Kit from Stampin' Up. This is our monthly subscription box that Stampin' Up produces each month that gives you a little creative escape for your crafting needs. And I am going to show you a couple of alternative projects that I created. I have like a really simple card that I just loved. And then I also have a stepped up version of it featuring some of the products that were in my kit. And then if you want to stay to the end, I will show you how to put the projects that came in your paper pumpkin box together in case you'd like to make those as well. So what I love about these cards is these are great to make after the fact once you've already made your paper pumpkin projects. So this is a really great way to get a little extra out of your kit. So first off, one of my favorite parts about Paper Pumpkin is that it comes with a stamp set each month. You can see here is the set that came with this month's kit, and I've got some of the stamps out because we're going to use them. I'm going to start with my simple card. And what I love about this card is it features our note cards and envelopes. So there's literally pretty much no prep. What I'm going to do is take a note card. So our note cards and envelopes come in a package of 20 with, like I said, the note card and the envelope, and they're lovely smooth cardstock. So I'll take and fold mine. Now, whenever I am making any kind of card, I love to use my bone folder to get a good crease in my card. And of course, my bone folder is out of view. Okay, so here is my card. Now I'm going to take that beautiful border of trees and stamp that in some black Memento ink. So I'll ink this up nicely. And then I'm just going to stamp that near the bottom of my note card. Like so. That looks great. I will also take the little snowflake image that comes in here. I love snowflakes. Who doesn't? Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I know a lot of people don't like snowflakes, but I love them on cards. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp them above the trees like so. Just a few times. Now, when I was originally creating this card, I had stamped my sentiment on a little strip of white. And I looked at it and I loved the simplicity, but I really felt like it needed a pop of color. So I took a little skinny strip, this is about 1/4 of an inch, of some Real Red Cardstock. And I'm going to stamp that sentiment with my black ink right over the top like this, from our home to yours. And then I will use my Pick a Banner punch, which I'm giggling at myself because I put it away right before I started filming this video. When you clean too much sometimes, I tell ya. So I will, I'm just going to actually snip this so it's just a little shorter. And then I will punch the ends with my punch. And I love being able to add that little touch, because I think it's just little touches like that that make a card so nice or extra. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm going to take a piece of my dimensionals along the edge. I'll just snip this edge section and place it underneath my strip for my sentiment. And place it right across the bottom like so. And isn't that just so cute? Of course, on the inside, we can add a sentiment. And I think I'm going to do Peaceful Christmas Wishes. This kit is called Peaceful Christmas, and it coordinates with one of the suites in our catalog and our holiday mini catalog, and it's just so beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, now to make your card just a little extra, as long as we're doing extra. I stamped those same snowflakes on the flap of my envelope, and I think that looks just fantastic. Adds a nice little touch and kind of gives the recipient a little preview as to what they're about to open up in their card. Okay, so I really loved this design, and I thought, wow, I could make it a little fancier. So I have a stepped up version, which is going to be very similar, but just a little different. So I'm going to start this time with a full-sized card, which is a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11. I'm using thick white cardstock, which is the same that our note cards are made out of. It's just a slightly larger size. You can see the difference. And I'm turning this to be horizontal. I've got a piece of white cardstock that I'll stamp that same border. So we're kind of doing exactly the same thing we did before. Just this time we're doing it on a little smaller panel. And I will add my snowflakes over the top, just like our other card. So cute. And then we'll do our sentiment the same way. So got another little scrap of red cardstock that I trimmed. We'll put that on there. Snip the ends. And punch that little banner. Oh, I use this punch so much. It's one of my favorites. Okay, we'll pop this up just like we did before. And this time we're going to take and adhere it to a panel of white cardstock. I love adding a second panel of a color, especially white. I think the white on white is really striking. Okay, so there's that. And like I said, we're going to just add a little panel of white. It makes your card fancier, you know. And I have this scrap. It's not quite the right size, so we'll trim it down quick. But it just takes, you know, it's that little extra touch that makes your card really special. Okay, so I'm going to cut this to be 3 3/4 by 2 1/4, and our original piece was 3.5 by 2 inches. Now, all of the dimensions and supplies that I'm using are listed and linked in my video description here, so you can click to see more, and you'll be able to see all of the things that I used. Okay, so that is just a nice little border. Now, what I'm going to do to make it even fancier is put a layer of dimensionals between the two. And again, this just makes this look a little fancier, a little extra. Some might call it bougie. But just taking your card to that next step, which is kind of a fun thing to do. And doesn't that look cool? I love the look of it. Okay, I also cut a piece of DSP. This is from the Peaceful Place DSP. You can see there's cabins on the back, the Peaceful Cabin stamp set, and coordinating dies are what coordinate with this in our mini catalog. And it's been a very popular bundle, by the way. Okay, so I'll take and adhere this to my card. And then we'll add that stamped panel on top. And I just think this is so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? And that pop of red. And what I love about this is there's no extra embellishments. You could probably add something, but I think it's fine without. And then we'll stamp on the inside the same sentiment as well. Okay, so there you have 2 really fun projects. One is super easy and one is just a little extra. Okay, now let me show you the projects that your kit actually makes and give you some tips on putting those together. One of the things I love about Paper Pumpkin is it's just a project kit I can put together in a pretty short period of time. And they're all cards that don't require much effort on my part, which sometimes that's kind of nice. I I like that everything's kind of created for me. So this kit makes I think 10 cards, and there's 2 designs. The instructions included in your box will show you everything that you need to do. Oops, it was right. So there we go. And then there's the envelopes that match. And so everything is included in here for you so that you can create these projects. And then they also give you a few extra ideas on the back, which is always nice too. All right. If you, by the way, would like to become a subscriber for Paper Pumpkin, oh my gosh, the next month's kit looks so adorable too. You can do that by signing up. In the description, I've got the information. And one of the benefits too is if you buy a prepaid subscription, you get a discount when you do 3, 6, or 9 months. So you save a little bit of money. So that's a great deal. Okay, so I'm going to start with my first card, which is this beautiful shaded spruce color. There is a panel of kind of plaid that we're going to put on here. And your kit comes with dimensionals, but I'm not going to dig them out because I have a sheet handy right here. But everything is included that you need to make your projects except a pair of scissors. So it really is quite easy to make these projects. All right, so I've got my panel popped up, and see, popping up stuff just makes it extra. I like that. Okay, I also am going to need a few other pieces from my kit. We've got some beautiful die cuts that came with this. One is these vellum trees. They're so pretty. So we'll just pop this out. They're kind of laser cut. And we'll pop them out of the backing paper like so. And we'll adhere this. Now I am going to take and just run a little bit of adhesive across here, because the other thing we're going to do is add this strip over the top. And so we'll hide the adhesive. So that's easy to kind of take care of. You won't see where I'm adhering these trees, which is great. Okay, because you can see the adhesive does show through on the vellum. All right, but we're going to cover that up, so no problemo. I'm also going to take the little red strip and adhere that to this little gray kind of wood grain strip, like that. And then we'll pop this up on top of those trees. And then the last thing, and by the way, they give you adhesive. I know I'm using my seal, but they do give you adhesive, so you don't have to worry about that. And then the last thing is there's these gorgeous metallic Noels, and we're going to place one of those on top. Oh, they're right here. Okay, so this is kind of, oops, laser cut from some silver metallic paper. And in your kit, there are little adhesive dots. So I am going to pull these out because... oh, and you know what? I was supposed to stamp my trees in the background on here, and I totally didn't. Oops. That's okay. No one will know. So you can take these little dots and add them to your die cut, and they will hold everything in place, which is kind of handy. And then I like using my take your pick tool to kind of get rid of the dots, the backings of the dots, I should say. Okay. Now we'll add that to the top. And finally, there's some cute little gems that come in our kit as well. And we'll put 3 of those on our card. Or 2, actually. It said 2. Okay, so I'm going to put one down here and one... oops, up here. So it just adds a little shimmer to your card. Isn't that fun? And then, of course, you could stamp something on the inside if you'd like. The other card that this kit makes is probably my favorite. It's so pretty. So this card is going to have this beautiful cardstock. A little tip. If you cut this in half, if you cut that down the spine, you could have these back sides of the cards and use that for the front of a card later on. So that just would give you a little more use out of your card. Then I would just mount this to a plain white card base, such as this, to just get a little more extra use out of your kit. Okay, so I've got my card from my kit. I'm going to need this label and this circle, another one of those red banner strips, as well as my sentiment. And this time I'm going to use good old Merry Christmas. So we'll take and stamp this. Now your kit is going to come with a little Stampin' Spot, and I'm going to just use my ink pad. But the ink is included, so you're good. Just because I have my stamp pad is open and ready to go. So there's my Merry Christmas. So pretty. And finally, let's layer these up. So we'll take and adhere our circle to our card, kind of like that. Then I'll add my little banner strip over the top, like so. I'm going to pop up that little label, and these came in my kit. I think you get some extras too, which is nice. Stampin' Up! Usually includes extras so that you can have the freedom to mess up. And then there's also some red twine on here. So we're just going to tie a little bow and add that with those little adhesive dots. They are really sticky, so they're quite nice. Okay. So I've just got my little bow here. And we're going to adhere that to our card. I'm using my snips, not my take your pick tool. Oh, see, I need my take your pick tool. This is like the handiest tool ever. And we'll just adhere that like so. And then I love that pop of red on here. And just like before, we'll put a couple of gems on here to add a little shimmer. So 2 super beautiful cards, and the kit comes with the coordinating envelopes, and they have some silver foil on them, so they're really pretty. Let me just grab one from the kit and a little plaid on the inside, so that is lots of fun. All right, guys. Well, I hope you've loved these projects. If you have any questions or need any of the supplies to create them, I'd be so grateful if you shopped my online store. You can do so by clicking the links that I've included in the description of this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. That helps me so much with YouTube, as well as subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any more of my awesome content. And thanks again for watching. We'll see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.